be the change. I want to be the change, because if I can be the change, then you can be the change. And sometimes that's all that is needed to give it a try. To give it a try to the most scariest, most beautiful, most uncertain, unknowing dive that you can take in your life, is to dive deep within. That's where all the keys to unlocking all the troubles and all the repeating patterns that you have in your life. You go within, you discover this, then you discover that, and you discover this, and you discover that. And the good news is that if I have it, you have it too. And if you have it, someone else has it too. And if they have it, someone else has it too. So it's not really that scary, because everybody has it in some form or another, but only few are able to break out of the cycles. And I want to be one of them, for sure. Why? Just because I can, and because it is in my own hands. It's something that I can do on my own, and I got to live here on planet Earth anyway. So I want to make the most of it. I want to create a vision for my future that I feel so good about that I no longer feel the need to dwell in my past. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, if your involvement in your time and space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. The stream of well-being flows even if you do not understand that it does. But when you consciously become aligned with it, your creative endeavors become so much more satisfying, for then you discover that there is absolutely nothing that you desire that you cannot achieve. Great Spirit, Father God, source of all things, consciousness, unconditional love. What is the overall message to play? Our work can and should take on the quality of play, for it is play that stimulates creativity. Play. Play. I guess when you play, you it doesn't have to be correct. It doesn't have to be this way or that way. You play, you kind of just go with the flow, and I guess that will open up your brain, so now you can think outside of the box and the rules and the regulations, which usually is the box. The shoulds and shouldn'ts and the rules and the regulations. And when you play, you go outside of the box. And then when you're outside of there, wow, all of a sudden you thought of something that you hadn't thought of before, because now you weren't restricted by the shoulds or the stuff and the rules and the regulations in the box. Child eternal. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. I find that if you can find it within yourself and find the strength to stand on your own 2 feet, get your job, get your place to stay, figure out a way that you can afford it, get the food that is good for you, do the things that get some exercise, do the things that will provide you with the energy, and take responsibility for your mind, body, and soul. you will have a great life, and you won't have to depend on anybody. Like, you can be with people if you want to, but you're not like, oh my gosh, I'm doomed if I don't have them. Then you're gonna go all needy, and you're gonna make choices that in the long run they won't maybe stand the test of time. We got child eternal, we have inner voice, and then we have indecision. Indecision, perhaps listening to the outer voices, listening to the people, places, things around you, and doing what they want to do, or maybe you are listening to your own inner voice, and maybe it's difficult to make that decision because usually we are very governed, we're very dependent on the voices outside of ourselves, and that's how we find our way for the most part. Maybe now you're in decision because are you going to listen to your inner voice, your inner calling, or are you going to listen to what you should do at this age, or what you should be doing with this kind of talent, or what you should be doing with this kind of philosophy? So you can listen to your own inner voice, or you can listen to the voices out there. But if you do listen to the voices out there, know that they don't really care about you like that. They care about feeling better themselves, which is sometimes why they have to make you believe the same things that they do, because if you don't, they're gonna be on shaky ground with what they believe in. But if they can have you believe in what they believe in, now they feel more secure, and they just want to hold you there because it makes them feel more secure. It's nothing evil about it, it's just like human nature. Mind, body, and soul. Perhaps you want to be more childlike, but people be telling you to grow up and act like a grown-ass man or a grown-ass person. And you let it go. And we got, last but not least, well, we do have Knight of Cups reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed, we have Ace of Wands, we have Eight of Cups, we got Seven of Pentacles and 10 of Swords. And we have a sword, aspiration, play, aspiration, and child eternal. Child eternal. Look for a pattern of resilience and youthful enthusiasm in all things, or perhaps a pattern of continuing immaturity. The Knight of Cups is here upside down, and it's telling you and me too. This knight is romantic but not practical, so he or she may say just what you want to hear, but forget the practicalities. The message is to wait and observe and let this person prove his or her value before you agree to any plan. And the Five of Pentacles, it might signify that you are on your way out of a lack mentality. Like the lack mentality with feeling left out of. It can also arise with a relationship breakup, but it's a fear of poverty and isolation from society, friends, and family. And this might be, the fear might be about to be released. So that's good. And then it's easier also when you don't have the fear for being by yourself, standing in your own two shoes, doing your own thing, and knowing that you are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. And then don't trust everybody who comes in and they be chatting into your ear and telling you all the things that you really want to hear, and it sounds so good and it sounds so right. So yeah, I'm going to go on there. And then you have all the time to unravel the troubles that you get in sometimes. And it takes years sometimes of time. So there's nothing wrong with it. There's not a good right choice or wrong choice. It's just different choices, and they have different consequences. So whatever you are willing to do, or maybe whatever lesson that you need to be learning in your life, is going to probably be the choice that you are making for yourself. The inner voice, yes. So while making a choice, or the child eternal, or to be able to play and to be able to have the stream of well-being flowing into everything that you do. So we have the inner voice. The inner voice it speaks not in words, but the wordless language of the heart. It is like an oracle who only speaks the truth. If it had a face, alert, watchful, and able to accept both the dark and the light. Nothing wrong, nothing right, just different choices. Accepting both the dark and the light, symbolized by the two hands holding the crystal. The crystal represents the clarity that comes from transcending all dualities. Inner voice can be playful, like a child eternal, or play. Inner voice can be playful as it dives deep into the emotions and emerges again to soar towards the sky. Like two dolphins dancing in the waters of life, it's connected with the cosmos. There are times in our lives when too many voices, like the people out there trying to make you say and do what they do so they feel more secure in their own decisions. There are times in our lives when too many voices seem to be pulling us this way and that way. Our very confusion and indecision, our very confusion in such situations is a reminder to seek silence and centering within. Only then are we able to hear the truth. Alive, radiant, contented, blissful, a song unto yourself. Truth, if you find your truth within yourself, the truth is functioning through you. When you open your eyes, it's truth opening his eyes. When you close your eyes, it is truth that is closing in its eyes. It's a tremendous meditation. You are walking, it is truth. You are sleeping, it is truth, resting. You are speaking, it is truth, speaking. You are silent, it is truth that is silent. Your whole life becomes a prayer without any words, or better to say prayerfulness, a grace, a beauty which does not belong to our mundane world. A ray of light comes from the beyond into the darkness of your soul. You are the truth. And the Ace of Wands is signifying that you are inspired to follow your passion. Brand new idea, maybe brand new something that you are very passionate about. Can be a new project, it can be travel, it can be any kind of idea that makes you very passionate and like, wow, this is great. You want to set out on this new journey. And the Eight of Cups, I accept my situation without resistance. Once you fully accept something, like the Eight of Cups, like if you're dissatisfied and you fully accept your dissatisfied situation and you fully accept the dissatisfaction that you feel, you just fully accept it, completely okay with it. It's just there and you feel it and you're completely okay. I am feeling dissatisfied at the moment. And then you just allow that feeling to be. No resistance. You're not trying to take it away. You're not trying to cut it out. You're not trying to do any of that. You just absolutely allow it. Radical acceptance. And see what happens. Indecision. be that there is a decision that is in the works for you, that you have to make a decision in something. Maybe you've been going back and forth over an important matter. Now the time has come to be firm. Make a decision, be firm, and take the consequences. Make a decision, be firm in it, and take the consequences. Could be a large social gathering, like a wedding, a difficult decision to make. It can be a business partnership in the arts, or an artist lover. 7 of Pentacles. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Chipping away for a long time, looking at what you have achieved, what you have done, and you're contemplating, is this going to be worth it? I trust my ideas and my direction. Trust your ideas. I am inspired to follow my passions. Follow your passions. And the 10 of Swords. I see the truth in this ending. So maybe there is a choice that you have to make in trusting your ideas and your direction. Seeing the truth in ending. So do you want to keep on going forward with it? Or do you want to end it and take the consequences? Do you end it? And then how are you going to feel about it? Do you keep on doing it? And then how are you going to feel about it? Figure it out within. Whatever you choose to do, it's okay. It's better to make a choice and have the consequences than to not make the choice and then be stuck and stuffed into an indecision, confusion kind of state. And then if you make a choice, and when you consciously become aligned with the choice, the creative endeavors become so much more satisfying. Because you discover that there is absolutely nothing that you desire that you cannot achieve. I always find it very helpful to say that, guide me, my inner voice, my child eternal, playfulness, making choices. I ask Spirit, help me make the choice that is for the highest good. The choice that is for the highest good, for my highest good and for the highest good. And then you have to trust. Sometimes what is for your highest good and for the highest good is not what you're going to expect. It is not what the people out there are going to tell you, that this is what you have to do. This is what you should be doing. This is what it should look like. This is what you should be saying. This is what you should be representing. These are the books you should read. These are the things you should say. So it's not always like that. They have their vision and they have their own path. And maybe Spirit speaks to you in a different way. Then trust your inner voice. Trust your inner voice. We got the Sword. Aspiration. Throat chakra. Speak it. You hold the sword of truth. Wield it wisely. Be aware of how you use your tongue in communication with others and guard against gossip or intrigue. Hold on to your own truth, inner voice. Hold on to your own truth and be honest. Always aspire to your greatest good. Always aspire to your greatest good. And if that's your intention, all of your choices that you make, all of the directions that you get, all of the influences, all of the is going to be aligned with that. So if you aspire for your highest good, and then you watch what comes into your world, and you go for that, you make the choices on that, then you always know that you are on the path of your highest good. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, and loves the same beautiful light in you. Until next time, namaste.